Hey nobodies, it's me here once again, here with my co-host Mr. Nobody. Today I'm going to be talking about dating sites in this video and my experience using them. Now, if there's anyone out there who has never used a dating site and you want to know what it's like, well basically using a dating site is like biting down really hard on a fork with your front teeth over and over and over again. That's pretty much what it's like. It's a pretty hideous and soul-crushing experience filled with tons and tons of cringe. Now, I have no issue being cringy on the internet. I mean, just look at any of the videos I have on this channel. But, I have a certain threshold. So, personally, I don't have that much experience with dating sites. I was on OkCupid years and years ago, like 2010. And I actually dated a few girls who I met on OkCupid. And all the dates I went on ranged from terrible to ungodly terrible. So, after a little bit of that, I cut my losses. I was like, screw this. And I didn't even bother with those sites again for another 10 years, 2020. One of my buddies had met his wife on Plenty of Fish, and he actually suggested that I try it, that I make a profile on Plenty of Fish. And I was like, you know what, why not? It's been a decade, might as well see what that experience is like now. And I don't know why I did this. I would rather light myself on fire than go on another date again. But, it was early 2020. The pandemic had just started. It was a crazy time in history. You couldn't get toilet paper anywhere. People were wiping their asses with dirty old gym socks. So it's like, might as well join fucking Plenty of Fish. And I was only on there for about 12 hours. Made my account, had my experience, deleted the account in all 12 hours time. Because in that 12 hours time, I discovered that Plenty of Fish isn't actually a dating site. It's a septic tank. There might be plenty of fish out there, but they are swimming in a septic tank. Because I was getting likes and views on my profile. Well, first of all, I made the profile. I was at work, so on my lunch break, and I put up my profile real quick, and I set my phone down, went to work, and my phone kept going off while I was at work. And I looked at my phone, and it was likes that I was getting on my Plenty of Fish profile. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I got something going on here. So, I finish my shift at work, and I go home, and I'm looking at who's liking my profile, and, well, okay, look, I know I'm not exactly Jason Momoa in the looks department. I'm not expecting a supermodel. I mean, I understand the whole thing with beggars and choosers, but, like, I'm sorry, but some of these women straight up look like their parents were related. Well, half of them, because like half the likes I was getting were on these obviously fake profiles of like these supermodels. Like they all had like these supermodels in swimsuits in their profile picture. Like I'm supposed to sit there and believe that there's some supermodel out there that's so thirsty that she has to go on Plenty of Fish to hit up some Midwestern autistic nerdy guy. Who the hell do these people think they're fooling? I mean, do people really fall for that sort of thing? Well, I mean, I guess they do. I mean, they keep doing it, but I mean, you gotta have some sort of self-awareness at a certain point, So I didn't even bother looking at those. So I kept scrolling at like these fakes. And then I finally get to my first real profile of, the profile picture appeared to be of a woman who is about the same age as my mother, who is 65, by the way. So this old woman who was smiling, but she wasn't showing her teeth. Now, I believe that's a real profile. I believe a profile like that would like my profile. So I see this older woman who appears to be the same age as my mother, smiling without showing her teeth. I want to know this woman's story. I want to know what's going on here. So I clicked on her profile out of curiosity. And right off the bat, we start off disappointing. Age, 47, of course. Of course. I was 31 at the time. This woman is 47. Appeared to be about the same age as my mom, who was 65. 31, 47, looking like 65. So, but it gets worse. I scroll down because I want to know why she's smiling without showing her teeth, because there's got to be a reason why she's smiling without showing her teeth. Scroll down a little bit more. First thing it says on her profile, I'm missing my 2 front teeth. If that's an issue for you, don't swipe me. Why in the hell is a 47-year-old woman who is missing her 2 front teeth liking my Plenty of Fish profile? Why? I mean, I guess I should have specified on my profile that I don't want to date someone who was born during the Nixon administration. But, I don't know. I guess, beggars and choosers. So, 47-year-old woman who looks 65, missing her 2 front teeth. So we're already starting off poorly right off the bat. And I took a further look at her profile. It said that she was a fan of Chris Stapleton. And Chris Stapleton's a country singer. He has that song called Broken Halos. So that night at work, I wrote a Weird Al style parody of Broken Halos, and I called it Broken Toothbrush. I thought about sending it to her, but I didn't. And, yikes. So I get off her profile, I scroll down a little bit more, and I see a profile from a woman who called herself the pretty princess. I clicked on her profile, and it's like, if you're going to call yourself a pretty princess, it would help if you would be at least one of those, because she wasn't pretty, and she wasn't a princess. A princess of Arby's, maybe, but I don't know. Definitely wasn't pretty. And like I said, I'm not pretty either, but I'm not going myself, calling myself a handsome king. I'm King Nobody, because I'm the king of nobodies. But this woman calling herself the pretty princess, she looked like she was wearing this like gray sweater that had a stain on it, number one. And this picture, her profile picture, she was in a kitchen. And in this kitchen appeared to be a lab. I'm pretty sure it was a laboratory, like a home laboratory. I'm a professional chemist, so I know a laboratory when I see a laboratory. And just looking at her in the stained shirt and the fact that she would look like she hadn't bathed in a week or 10 in the home lab, it was pretty obvious what she was cooking in her kitchen lab. If you know, you know. So, yeah, the pretty princess. Well, this king don't want to touch that princess. So I got the hell out of that profile. I looked at some of the other profiles that were liking me, and it was all... Nah, just close my account. I saw all I needed to see during that one afternoon. So yeah, that's pretty much my entire experience with dating sites. The brief period in 2010 and that very, very brief period on Plenty of Fish. And now I'm going to scream at this can of soup.